And we shall start. Yeah, okay. So it's 8 o'clock now. That means it's time for class to start. So for everyone who wasn't here just now, hi, my name is Teacher Thea. I'll be taking you for class today. Yeah, so for those of you who were here last week, I know you already know who I am. I know you already know who we are, but I will have to reintroduce myself and ourselves for the people who are joining us for the first time this week. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't really think I can fix the echoing problem if it's echoing. Okay, but anyway, yes, so let me introduce myself, ourselves rather, because I already introduced myself. I'm Teacher Thea. But who are we? Do we have question time today? You can stay back at the end of the class and ask a few questions. I'll be here for around 5 minutes. Yeah, I think my PC mic is also on. Oh, no, that can't be. It wouldn't be, would it? Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't think I have time to fix it right now, but thank you for the advice. I will look into it as soon as I can. So yeah, who are we? So we are Math Accelerator Center. We are a Math Specialist Center, and we specialize in helping students with borderline grades turn around their results within a short period of time. Our address, we're in the East. We are at 1 Marine Parade Central on the 12th floor of a building called Parkway Center. So what do we do? Our objectives, we help the students who are struggling with all math, obviously, but specifically with problem sums. We want to improve their understanding and confidence in tackling problem sums, specifically by introducing students to heuristic strategies. We demonstrate how problem sums can be solved systematically and with a list of well-known, tried and tested strategies. Now, all of this is important because we will be preparing for the Term 3 weighted assessment and soon for the end of year exam. So you want to get all of your knowledge in place for the exams. Now, for a lesson outline before we begin, we have 3 strategies. The first is excess and shortage. The second is equal stage beginning and equal stage, number 3 is equal stage end. Don't worry, if you don't understand, we'll be going through that soon. We also have a couple of higher order thinking questions, which are more difficult. Today only have, yeah, it's less, right? Maybe there'll be more later, yeah. Okay, yeah, we also have a couple of higher order thinking questions. So again, Zoom ground rules, those of you who were here last week, I'm sure you remember, but I've muted all of you. Don't worry, we didn't attend the first lesson. Yeah, it's fine. We're not continuing for the first lesson. This is a new set of stuff. Yeah, so don't worry. Yes, ground rules. I muted all of you. You can't unmute yourself. That's to make sure that there's no disturbances. Yeah. If you need to communicate with me, you can just type in chat. Please participate. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me. If I have time, I'll answer them. And when I ask questions, please answer the questions as well. Also, my chat box is really small. You all go by really quickly if you all answer all at once. So try not to spam the chat. Answer only when you have to, or rather when I ask a question. Yeah. Finally, listen attentively, write down the solutions so you can refer to them later, and have fun. And I hope you learned something. Yeah. So let's move on to what we are doing today. Let me just clear my name. So like I said, we have 3 main strategies. One is excess and shortage. Second is equal stage beginning. And the third is equal stage end. So let's start with excess and shortage. Excess and shortage has 4 steps. Oh, thank you, KSM. But yes, excess and shortage has 4 steps. First, identify the excess and the shortage. Then, construct a table so you can visualize the problem. After that, we will be doing a few calculations and we want to identify what we call a common number between our totals. And then after that, we can solve for the answers. So this probably doesn't mean very much just if you read the words, but let me demonstrate what I mean by going on to the first question. Question 1 on page 2. This is our first excess and shortage question. So Mrs. Tan bought some sweets for a group of children. When she gave them 4 sweets each, there are 10 sweets left. When she gave them 10 sweets each, she is short of 20. So let's start with the first sentence. When she gave them 4 sweets each, there are 10 sweets left. Do you think this is shortage or excess? If it's shortage, type S. If it's excess, type E. Right. Most of you are correct. Very good. This is an excess. Why? Because Mrs. Tan has sweets left. After she did this, she has 10 sweets left. This is an excess. Then she has too much. Oops. Sorry, should be red. She has too much. Yeah, very good, everyone. Excess. Too many sweets. On the other hand, when she gave them 10 sweets each, she is short of 20. This one now is shortage because she is short. She has too little. Yeah. Okay, very good, everyone. This is, so we've identified our excess and our shortage. That is the first step of the question. Next step is to draw a table. I think we already have a table drawn out here for you, so that step is easier. Let me explain what this table means. Over here, the first row, we have the number of children. We are making guesses. The 3 is not the answer. This is a guess. What do? Let's say there are 3 children. If Mrs. Tan gave them 4 sweets each, in total, the children would have received 3 times 4, right? 3 children, 4 sweets per child. So you do 3 times 4 to get the total number of sweets the children got, which is 12. Then you plus by 10 because Mrs. Tan had 10 sweets left. So if she gave 12 sweets away, she would have another 10 more sweets after that, right? So 22. If there are 3 children, yes, it's kind of a guess and check method. If there are 3 children, then based on the first sentence, she would have 22 sweets. Now we check the second sentence. If the second sentence gets the same answer, then we know it's correct, that the number of children is 3. But if they get a different answer, or what we call the total, then it must not be the correct answer because the 2 statements should be giving you the same answer, right? Mrs. Tan has only one answer for the number of sweets that she has. She doesn't have 2 different sets of sweets. So for the, oh, okay, my mic is very loud. Okay, that's fine. If you find me a bit loud, you can always turn my volume down, yeah? So, I know, sorry, it is a little bit confusing, but I can't be too slow. So I'll try to, don't worry, we'll do this several times. So hopefully it'll get a little bit more understandable. So we are still guessing that the number of children is 3, but now we're on the second sentence. If the number of children is 3, and if Mrs. Tan gives them 10 sweets each, in total, she would have to give away 30 sweets, right? Because 3 number of children times 10 number of sweets per child, 30 sweets. But Mrs. Tan doesn't have enough sweets. She's short of 20. So if she has to give away 30, that means she would have 20 less, right? So her actual number of sweets is 30 minus 20, which is 10. Now we compare our totals. And question is 19 and 3. Not quite. Wait, hold on. Not quite, Adrian. No. But I could try, and it's good here. You're trying to do the question. That's very good. But anyways, now we want to compare our totals here, right? Here, our first statement, when we guessed 3 children, we said that there should be 22, that Mrs. Tan should have 22 sweets, right? That's based on the first sentence. Based on the second sentence, she should have 10 sweets. These do not match up. If these do not match up, 3 is the wrong guess. We have to try again. So let's try this time by guessing 4 children. If it's 4 children and each of them got 4 sweets, then you should get, yes, Manaja, correct, very good. What's the blank for? The blank is for us to do more guesses. Oh, this blank, it's to separate these 2 sections so we don't get confused between the 2. Yeah. Yeah, so we guess, yeah, so now let's guess 4. If there are 4 children, guess and check, yes. If there are 4 children, each of them get 4 sweets, then that would be 4 times 4, 16. Again, Mrs. Tan has 10 sweets left. So that is 16 plus 10. Yes, very good, 26. Second part, 4 children, 10 sweets each. 4 times, yes, Celine, very good. 4 times 10, 40, right? But again, Mrs. Tan has too much. She has, she has too little for this part. 20 too little. You don't understand the first column. I don't really understand the first column. Okay, I'll try to explain again. Don't worry, we're still doing the same thing. Yeah, 20, yes, 40 minus 20, very good. Again, we compare our totals. Our totals are still different, so it's not correct. 46, 46. Sorry, I see. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Yes, so what are we doing in these columns? First, we guess the number of children. Then we check against our two statements, our two sentences. First one, 5 is the answer. Yes, very good. First one, what do? We guessed that there were 3, right? And if there were 3 children, each one gets 4 sweets. In total, that will require 12 sweets. If Mrs. Tan has, yeah, very good, Isha. If Mrs. Tan has extra 10 sweets, then you must do 12 plus 10, 22. This is how many sweets we are guessing that Mrs. Tan has. We did the same thing for the second statement, second sentence, and we got this number. These two numbers are different, so 3 is not the correct answer. Then we did that for 4 as well. Then we do 5. Yes, very good. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Yeah, very good. So we do the same thing as we did earlier, right? 5 times 4, 20. Then plus 10, 30. Then here again, 5 times 10, 50. Minus 20, 30. Aha, look. Suddenly our totals are the same. Very good, Karen. Yes. Suddenly our totals are the same. That means the answer is 5. When we match up our totals, the guess that we are guessing at that point in time, that is the correct answer. Of course, this is only the correct answer for the whole question because the question asks how many children were there. Yeah. If the question asked how many sweets does Mrs. Tan have, the answer would not be 5, it would be 30. Remember what all your columns stand for. The top part here stands for the number of children. This first part here is our process where we check the number of sweets Mrs. Tan would have if this number was correct. So based on 3, based on 3 children and the first sentence, Mrs. Tan would have had 22. But based on 3 and the second sentence, she would have had 10. This is wrong. We checked again for 4, and then we check for 5. 9. Yes, very good, Marie. And then we check for 5. 5 is when these two answers finally matched up. It is when these two answers match up, then we know it is the correct answer. If they're not matching yet, why is the answer 5? Because what we are doing, right? Mrs. Tan has Mrs. Tan has some number of sweets, but she has this same number for both the second and the first sentence. So we are checking how many sweets she has based on the second and the first sentence for 3, 4, and 5. And only if they match up, then we know that the guess that we made is correct. Yeah. Okay. I'm a little bit short on time, so I hope you all have taken down what I've been saying because I'll move on to the second question now. Don't worry if you haven't taken it down. The second question is very much the same thing. Okay. Second question. Hi, Jalen. Second question. Madam City bought some sweets for her class. If she gives 5 sweets to each, hi Tessa. If she gives 5 sweets to each pupil, she will have 4 sweets left. Okay, don't worry, Rafael. Yeah, that's the correct answer, Manaja. Good job. Rafael, the answer for the method for question 2 should be the same as question 1. So if you understand question 2 in the end, hopefully you'll be able to understand question 1. Yeah. So again, we have 2 sentences. Madam City, if she gives 5 sweets to each pupil, she has 4 sweets left. Is this a shortage or a excess? If it's shortage, type S. If it's excess, type A. Yeah. This is an excess. Oops. This is an excess. Remember, the first step of any excess and shortage question is to identify the excess and the shortage. Here, Madam City has 4 sweets left. If she has sweets left after giving them out, that means she has too much. She has an excess. Yes, Kiesa, very good, because we are guessing. Then if Madam City gives 9 sweets to each pupil, she will need 32 more sweets. Just now was an excess. This is a shortage. It's a shortage because now we have too little sweets. Madam City needs more. She needs 32 more. So how many pupils are there? So we do the same thing as we did just now. We start guessing. First, let's guess there are 7 pupils. A shortage means you have too few or too little sweets. Here, Madam City needs more sweets. So she has a shortage. She has too little. Yeah, very good. So first we get 7. Number 2. Yes, very good. Yeah, this is guess and check. It's essentially a type of guess and check, but specifically for excess shortage questions. So first, let's guess 7 students. If there are 7 students, and if Madam City gives 5 sweets to each pupil, then she will need to give 5 times 7, right? You learned this before. Very good. If you learned this before, that means you are quite advanced. 35. But Madam City has 4 more sweets, right? So plus 4, 39. So if the answer 7 is correct, Madam City will have 39 sweets. But if it's correct, when we do the second sentence, she should also have 39 sweets, the same number of sweets. So let's check. If Madam City gives 9 sweets to each pupil, that means you will need 7 times 9 sweets, right? 7 pupils, 9 sweets for every pupil, 63. But she will need 32 more sweets. So minus 32. If this is correct, the second sentence is correct, and 7 is correct, then Madam City has 21 sweets. However, you can compare these two and see they are not the same. The first sentence and the second sentence are giving us different answers. If they're giving us different answers, that means our guess is wrong. We have to guess again. Let's guess 8 this time. If I guess 8, then the number of sweets that all the pupils will get is 8 times 5, right? 40. Then Madam City has an extra 4 sweets. So plus 4, 44. Can anyone tell me what the first blank for this one should be? If I'm guessing 8? Very good, Manaja. Very good, Melody. Yes, because 8 pupils, 9 sweets per pupil, 8 times 9, 72. Yes, very good, Ryan. Very good, Shane. Of course, remember, I guess the answer, that's the correct answer, Celine. Yes. So if Madam City gives 9 sweets to each pupil, she will need 32 more sweets. That means she has 32 sweets less than this, right? So 72 minus 32, 40. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's fine. 40. These answers still not the same. No. I think a rule of thumb is if you're okay, I'll talk about this later, right? If you feel like going in the wrong direction, then just try doing it the other way. Yeah, or rather, yeah, if the difference between these two answers is getting bigger, then you're going in the wrong direction. Yeah, just add 4. I mean, you add 4 here, but not to solve the question, no. But anyway, yes, these two numbers are still not the same. Very good, Melody. Very good, Dan. These two numbers still not the same. So let's guess 9. 9 times 5, the first row, that is 45. Madam City has an extra 4 sweets, so plus 4, 49. Let's guess that. Very good, Yang Tai. That's correct. Second row, 9 times 9, right? 81. Minus 32, 49. Guess a check is the fastest method, I think. When you're older, you will learn another method, but this is the fastest method for now that I think it'll be easy to understand. Oh, the space in the middle of the table is just to separate these two parts. Yeah, it's so you don't get confused and mix up the two parts. Yeah, because each one is for each sentence. So now these two numbers are the same. These two numbers are the same means your guess is correct. Yes, very good. Oh, you did another method. Okay, if you know other methods, then that's good. As long as you get the correct answer. Yeah. Yeah, so our guess here is correct. 9. So 9 pupils. The answer is 9 pupils. So that is the correct answer for question 2. So let me briefly recap on what we're doing while you all are taking this down or trying to wrap your brains around this. What we're doing is a kind of guess and check. We are guessing the number of students and then finding the number of sweets that you will have based on the first sentence, and then based on the second sentence. Yes, let's do more. More of these. No, we have to go on to the next type. Number of people is the number of suites. Generally, you want the top row here. You want to keep the thing that the question asks you for. The question asks you for number of pupils, so put number of pupils in your top row. How do you get 8 or 9? It's guessing, essentially. Basically, you want to go in a direction where your difference between these two numbers is decreasing. Why? Because you want to get them the same, right? Only if these two numbers are the same means your guess is correct. So you want to move towards a direction where the difference between these two numbers gets less. If you go from 7 and then guess 6, and the gap will increase, the difference will be bigger. If the difference will be bigger, then you know you are going in the wrong direction. You must switch direction. Yes, very good, Shane. If you have excess, you must plus here in your table. If you have shortage, you must minus here in your table. Yeah? Yes, good. Good understanding. Okay, so that is excess and shortage. What does it mean, switch direction? Is the answer only one? Yes, there's only one answer for this. What does it mean, switch direction? That means if you go 7 and then you guess 6. So after 7, you guess 6. And then your difference becomes bigger. Then don't go to 5. Instead, go to 8. Switch direction. Instead of going lower numbers, go bigger numbers. Yeah? Yeah, very good. Multiply. Yeah, let's go to the next question. But first, what about multiply? You're multiplying because she gives 5 sweets to each pupil. So if there are 7 pupils, each one gets 5 sweets. You do 7 times 5, right? Okay, yeah, let's move on. Okay, so this is strategy 2, equal stage. Specifically, this is equal stage at the beginning. So let's have a look at this. Equal stage at the beginning. How do you do this? First, you need to identify where it is equal, or when rather. Equal stage questions will have usually first things were like this, then something changed, then it ended up like this. So you can have an equal stage either at the start or at the end. You need to find out which one it is. After that, you can just draw a model. Then find the value of 1 unit and solve for the answer. What do I mean? Let's look at page 3, question 1 for an example. Helen and Diana had an equal number of soft toys. After Helen threw away 6 of her soft toys, Diana had thrice, which is 3 times as many soft toys as Helen. So first step, find out which is the equal stage. Mabel, my handwriting is not good. There are lots of people with better handwriting. Yes, Rafael, very good. So if there's, we want to find the equal section, right? Is the equal section at the beginning or the end? If it's the beginning, type B, 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 like this, B. If it's the end, type E. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Very good, everyone. Yes, yes. It is at the beginning, you see. At first, Melody, Helen and Diana had an equal number of soft toys. Then Helen threw away. Yeah. Yes, very good. If you don't have to draw the model, if you can visualize it in your head. But for a lot of people, it's very difficult to just visualize like that. And you need to do it correctly. So yeah, if you cannot draw the model, that's fine. But otherwise, you should. Yep, Tessa, that's correct. So equal number of soft toys at first, and then Helen threw away 6. And then Diana had thrice as many. So let's draw our models. At first, Helen and Diana had an equal number of soft toys. Helen, Diana. Then Helen threw away 6 minus 6. So she lost this much. 9. Yes, very good. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, very good, Marine. Very good, Jai. But yes, so she lost 6. And afterwards, Diana had 3 times as many, right? Yeah, very good. You're all getting it right. You can already see from this diagram, let's say this one box here is 1 unit. If you draw a different model, that's fine, so long as you get the right answer. Yeah. Yeah, so you can already see from our 1 unit here, if this is 1 unit, 6 is 2 units. Then we can form an equation. 2 units is 6. Sorry, I should write this a little bit neater. 2 units is 6. If 2 units is 6, 1 unit is? Yeah, very good, Karen. It is? Yep, Mabel. Good job. 3. Yep, Melody. The question asks how many soft toys did Helen have at first. If Helen had 1 unit and plus 6, right? Yes, very good, Adrian. Because she originally had this much, then she gave this away. So if we want to find how much she had in the beginning, we must add back the part that she gave away. So that is 1 unit, that's 3, plus 6, 9. Yeah, this is your answer. Of course, you could do it a slightly different way. We know that at first, Helen and Diana had the same number of soft toys. In that case, you could find Diana, which is 3 units. 3 units, that's 3 times 3, 9. Same answer, right? So this is the other way you can do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is question 1. This is how you do equal stage at the beginning. I use BCA. I see. Okay. Yeah, don't worry, Isha, as long as you get the right answer. Yes. Yes. Okay, answer. It is 9 soft toys. So the way you do equal stage questions is you identify where is the equal stage. For this one, the reason why we are identifying where's the equal stage is because that's where we're going to start from. If the equal stage is at the end, we start from the end and work backwards. If the equal stage is at the start, we start from the start and work forwards. Here for this question and for the next question, the equal stage is at the start. So we are working forwards. But in an exam setting, they won't have a nice title at the start which tells you whether the equal stage is at the beginning or the end. So you have to figure that out yourself. Yeah? Okay, let's move on to question 2. Don't worry if you need a little bit more time. Don't worry, you'll get to use calculator soon. Don't worry if I'm moving a bit too fast. If you need time later, I'll stay back for a little while. I can go back over some questions and show you the solution. Yeah. Right. So question 2. There was an equal number of boys and girls at an exhibition. After half of the boys and 42 girls left the exhibition, there were 12 more boys than girls at the exhibition. So equal number of them at first, and then half the boys left and 42 girls left. And then there were 12 more boys. So let's start with our model again. At first, they were the same, equal number of boys and girls. Then half the boys left. Yeah, sorry. So let me I'll just highlight this yellow. Can you move a little bit slow? I don't actually have a lot of time. I'm not even halfway through and it's almost 8:30. So sorry, kids. Yeah, I'm not actually that fast. I'm not actually that fast. So the boys gave away half of the boys left, right? So you lose this part, half. Also, 42 girls left. So, oops. 42 girls. Hi, Zoe. Yeah, so 42 girls left, right? This is how many girls left. In the end, there were 12 more boys than girls at the exhibition. Yeah, there's a lot of questions left. Do we need to draw the model? You probably should if you have a hard time following or understanding, because that will help you understand better. Models are good for visualization, understanding the question. Okay, so there were 12 more boys than girls at the exhibition after all of these people left. So this gap is 12, right? 12. So how many students were there in the exhibition at first? So if I do this, let's say that this big one is 1 unit, this whole thing here like this. This is 1 unit. Is it a must to write the unit in the answer? The unit won't be in the final part of your answer, but it will be part of your working. So you should, yeah. If this is 1 unit, this is also 1 unit, right? 1 U is 30. Yes, very good. So this is 1 unit. Do you see that here, this 42, this whole thing, which is minus 42, yeah? If you want to find 1 unit, you just cancel out the 12 here. Then you will get 1 unit. See in the model? So let's do that. 1 unit is 42 minus 12, which is 30. Not quite, Tessa. You see, yeah, sorry. I should have made it clearer. 42 is not this 1 unit here. It is this whole thing. That's why I wrote this part, this whole thing. 42, after you minus 12, you'll get the shaded part, right? This yellow part. That is your 1 unit. Now, the question asks, how many students were there in the exhibition at first? Yes, very good, Adrian. Yes. How many students were there at the exhibition at first? There are a few ways you could do that. you see boys, you have 2 units, right? So if you want, you could find boys, that is 2 units. 1 unit is 30, 2 units is 30 times 2, 60. Then you find girls. Girls are the same as boys, right? So they will also have 2 units. Then yes, Shane, that is the value of 1 unit. Yes, Manaja, correct. This is, sorry. Then this is 60. Shane Hang. Okay, I'll call you by your full name. So 2 units is 60. Boys is 2 units, girls is 2 units. You want to find the total? Then you just add up these 2 units and 2 units to find the total, which is 4 units, or otherwise 60 plus 60, 120. Yeah. Of course, you could do a shorter method. If you know the boys are 2 units and you know the girls are 2 units, in total there are 4 units, right? So you can just do 30 times 4. You will get the same answer, 120. Yeah. Yes, very good. Thank you for everyone who's sending me. Yes, 1 unit is 30. 2 units, sorry, either boys or girls is 60. In total, it is 120. Yeah. Okay. Can we just time? I'm not sure. I mean, you want to leave? I mean, you can leave if you want, but then you miss out on the other questions. All right. So this is the second question of page 3. Yeah, yeah. Not 60 times 60, but 60. Oh, I see. 60 plus 60. Yeah. There aren't 60 batches of 60 students. There are only 2 groups of 60 students. There's Shane Heng, 120. That's the correct answer. Yes, you can do 30 times 4, Manaja. That's actually the faster method. So good job. Yeah. So this is equal stage at the beginning. Now 60 times 2 also can. 60 times 2 can. Yeah. So that is this is equal stage at the beginning. However, we can also do 60. We can also do equal stage at the end. What do I mean? Let's look at this first question of, yeah, Karen, you can go to the toilet if you want. First question of page 4. Maggie, Helen, and Janet have 360 cards all together. After Maggie gave Jane 20 cards and Helen gave Jane 70 cards, all of them had an equal yeah, okay, I'll just leave this here. This is for the last question, right? But I'll just leave this here in case anyone needs a copy. But yes, after Maggie gave Jane 20 cards and Helen gave Jane 70 cards, all of them had an equal number of cards. Yes, go ahead. How many cards did Jane have at first? So is this equal stage at the end or equal stage at the beginning? At first, Maggie, Helen, and Janet had this number of cards, right? Then Maggie gave Jane 20 cards and Helen gave Jane 70 cards. Oh dear, you cannot hear me. Okay, I'll hold it up closer. Yeah. So only after this, then all of them had an equal number of cards. So this is an equal number at the end. Yes, Jane, very good. Not Shane Heng this time, different Jane. Yes. So now they have equal number of cards. It is at the end. Yes, very good. Now we should start at the end. Remember, we always start where the equal stage is. So if the equal stage is at the end, we start at the end. Like that. Okay. So this is, let's say this is Maggie, this is Helen, and this is Janet. Oh, sorry, not Janet, Jane. Okay. Oh, the question says 2 different names. I'm just going to call her Jane. Okay. So this is at the end. Now, this kind of question. You see how Maggie gives Jane cards and Helen gives Jane cards? The cards haven't disappeared. They haven't gone away. They've just been moving around between the 3 of them. This is what you call internal transfer. Internal transfer means that your total remains the same. Basically, if nothing leaves the question, nothing comes into the question, your total will always remain the same. Yeah, don't worry, Sai. We can go back later, I mean. Yeah. So your total remains the same. It was 360 at the start and it will be 360 at the end. So we have 3 equal units and we have 360 in total. Can anyone tell me how much 1 unit of this would be? Yes, Mary, that's the correct answer. Amber, 360 is your total. I want you to find 1 of these units. These are all equal, right? Yes, very good, everyone. 1 unit is just 360 divided by 3. Yes, yes. Good job. Yep, Jai. That's the correct final answer, which is 120. Now, so we know that this is 120, right? This whole thing is 120. So this is how many cards Jane had at the end. I'm sorry, kids. You can stop moving ahead for a little bit if you want and then copy faster later, yeah? So this is how many cards Jane had at the end. How much did she have before this? She got cards from Maggie and Helen, right? If she got cards from them, at first, she had less cards. She had fewer cards. So what do you need to do? At first, in the end, she had 120. That's after she got cards from Maggie and Jane. That is 70 cards and 20 cards. So what should you do? Yes, Adrian, very good. You minus 70 minus 20. This gives you 30, which is your final answer for the number of cards Jane had at first. If I were to illustrate this with a model, on this model rather, Jane got 70 cards and she also got another 20 cards. So at first, she didn't have all of this. At first, she only had this. And then she got all of this and got 120. Yes, Raphael, very good. Is there some other method? This is the most simple method, I think, that you will know at this level. Yep. Yep. All right. So this is 30. This is our final answer for question 1. Yeah. So while everyone takes down, I'll just remind you, equal stage, you start where the, I'm not using iMac. If you start where the equal stage is. For the previous questions, the equal stage was at the beginning. So we started at the front and then work forwards. Here, the equal stage is at the end. So we start at the end and work backwards. Yeah. Right. So that is question 1 of page 4, equal stage at the end strategy. Now, let's move on to question 2. I wish I was a school teacher. No, I'm not right now. But don't worry, I will be soon. All right, question 2. Raymond and Rauf had a total of 224 marbles at first. After Raymond, not quite, Mary, no. But thank you for trying. That's a close answer. 8. Yes, I know. The time will move quite quickly, kids. Anyways, Raymond and Rauf had a total of 224 marbles at first. After Raymond had bought another 12 marbles and Rauf gave away 30 marbles, both had the same number of marbles left. So is this beginning or end? If it's beginning, type B. If it's end, type A. Okay, a lot of you are typing B. But let's have a closer look. Raymond and Rauf had a total of 224 marbles at first. After this changed, Raymond bought marbles, Rauf gave away marbles, then they had the same number of marbles. So they had the same number in the end, not at first. At first, they had, it was different, then something changed, and then at the end, they had the same number of marbles left. So the answer is at the end. They had the same number of marbles left at the end. Why did both these names start with RA? Okay, Raymond is RD, Rauf is RF. Okay. Yes, so you work backwards. Very good. So at the end, they have an equal number. But before this, Raymond had bought 12 marbles. So that means earlier, he didn't have these 12 marbles, right? So earlier, he had 12 marbles less. At the same time, Rauf gave away marbles. He gave away 30 marbles. So that means earlier, Rauf had 30 more marbles, right? 30. Yeah. And at this point in time, they had a total of, yes, Isha, very good. At this point in time, they had a total of 224 marbles. Yeah. So let's say this is 1 unit. Then I'll need to, no, don't worry, you can leave. And don't worry, we will finish on time. I'll make sure of it. So if this is 1 unit, can you see that we now can have an equation? This whole thing is 224. And you have these 3 things. Yes, yes, very good. So 2 units, 2 plus 12 is 12. Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, remember? Raymond didn't have this 12 at first. So this 224 is excluding this part, which he doesn't have. However, Ralph did have this 12 at first. So we add 12 plus 12 plus 30 equals to 224. So remember, at first Raymond didn't have this. Yeah. 2 units is these 2 boxes. Remember, I labeled them units. It's not anything in yeah, it's just these boxes. Yeah. So if we very close, Manaja, very close. But 2 units is 1 unit. This is 1 unit here, this part, which is the equal number minus 12. Yeah. So 2 units is 224 minus 30 minus 12. Oh, thank you, Shane. Hang. Minus 30 minus 12. This gives us 230 minus 30 minus 12. That is 182. Yes, very good. Very good, 182. If 2 units is 182, can anyone tell me how much is 1 unit? Very good. 1 unit is 91. Yeah? Yes, very good, everyone. Very good, Vanaja. Very good, Melody. Good job, Karen. And Shruti. So this is 191. Now, the question asks, how many marbles did Raymond have at first? This is how many marbles Raymond had at first, right? This is how much he had later. But if we take that away, this is all that he has at first. And we already found this. It is 91. So the answer is just 91. This is your answer. Yes, Rafael? Yeah. 91 marbles. You don't need to minus 12. Why? Because this 91 here is 2 used to, not quite. Okay, so not 91 minus 12, Kiesa, because this 91 is not this whole bar. Sorry, it's not the whole bar. It's just this part, this 1 unit. Yeah. Rafael? No, because 224 is this plus this plus this plus this. So it's 2 units, unit plus unit, plus 12 plus 30. I don't understand. Okay, yeah, so what we did, okay, yeah, I'll just recap on the question, yeah? Everyone, you can copy down and use a different method. That's fine, so long as you got the same answer. So how do you solve? Why no 12 for Raymond? Because Raymond had bought another 12 marbles, right? Then he ended up with how much he had at the end. So I drew this whole thing. This is how much he had at the end. Then what happened? He had bought 12 marbles, right? So if he bought 12 marbles and then ended up with this, at first, he didn't have these 12 marbles, right? That is why he doesn't have these 12 at the beginning, which is what the question is asking for. On the other hand, Raouf gave away 30 marbles. So before that, if there's another method, yes, but I think this is the most efficient method, or at least the easiest one to understand. Yeah. So what do you mean by 2u is 182 when 2u was? Okay, one moment. I will learn next year. Yeah, possibly you might learn next year. So yeah, and that's why I added 30 here, because Ralph gave away 30 marbles and then he was left with this much. So to reverse that, I added him another 30. So what do I mean by this? 2 units plus 12 plus 30. Unit, 12, 30. Hi, that is 224. So why did that suddenly become this? Because what I did on this side was I minus 12 minus 30. If this side I minus 12 minus 30, this both get cancelled out. Then this side becomes minus 12 minus 30, right? That's how you ended up with this statement here. Yeah, simpler the better. Yeah. Okay, why do I minus 12 and not plus 12? Because in the end, Raymond had this number of marbles. But that's after he bought marbles. So if he bought marbles and then got this much in total, then he must have gained marbles, right? So that means you must subtract it to undo that so you can go back to the beginning. Yes, I like math. Math is fun. Yes, simpler is faster, better, more efficient. Correct. All right, again, we're running short on time. So let's move on to our higher order questions. These are not attached to a strategy, and these are harder questions. So don't worry if you don't really know how to solve it, because these are more difficult questions. Of course, by exam time, hopefully you know how to solve it. So let's go through these questions with you. Yeah. Yes, time is running out, but don't worry, we'll finish in time. So Ling had thrice as many stamps as City. Ling gave 51 stamps to City. In the end, Ling had 34 more stamps than City. So let's draw a model for this. Let's say this is City. At first, Ling had thrice as many stamps as City, right? 1, 2, 3, about this much. Don't worry, yeah. If you know how to draw the model, it's already a good start. So Ling had, oops, why did I draw City? Ling had thrice as many stamps as City. So this is Ling. Ling gave 51 stamps to City. So let me just cut out here 51 minus 51. Yeah. And then City got 51. Ling is 3 units. Yes, no. So City got 51. After that, the difference between them is 34 because Ling had 34 more stamps than City, right? So I didn't draw the units here on this one. I didn't split this into units. That's because we're doing a lot of transfers. So I'm going to write the units outside of the model. This is 1 unit. If that's 1 unit, Ling must have how many units? At first, I mean. How many units does Ling have at first? Yes, thanks, Jane, and thanks, Melody. Not quite, Salim. Yeah, thanks, Vanaja. It is 3 units here. Because Ling had thrice as many stamps as City at first, right? So if this is 1 unit, this must be 3 units, 3 times. Now, from drawing this model, we can see something very clear. If we look at this, and then here, the difference is 51 plus 34 minus plus 51 as well, right? This is the full difference for this part. You will also notice that this is equal to 2 units. Because this here is the difference between Ling at first and City at first. This whole gap. And at first, City had 1 unit, Ling had 3 units. The difference between these two is 2 units. The difference between these two, if it's 2 units, that means 2 units must equal to which 3 numbers added up together? Yeah, very good. These 3, right? 51, 34, and 51 again. 51, yeah? These 3 numbers added up together will give you the gap, the whole gap. So this makes 136. If 2 units is 136, what is 1 unit? Yes, Jai, very good. Not quite, Mary. Okay, that's a lot of different answers. The answer here is 68. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay, I understand what you're trying to, yeah, it is 68. Very good, everyone. I understand what you are trying to do for, yeah, 68, not 86, 68. Yeah, Manaja, 173, that's your final answer, right? Close, but not quite. So my unit is 68. The question asks, find the number of stamps Ling had in the end. So if 1 unit is 68, how many stamps did Ling have in the end? At first, she had 3 units, right? And then she lost 51. She gave it away. So at first, Ling had 3 units, and then she gave 51 away. So this is how many she has in the end. If you make this calculation, you should end up with should end up with 68 times 3, and then minus 51, 153. Yeah. Of course, you can always do it another way. You can see, let me do this one in blue. You can always do it another way. You see here, 51 was only transferred. Why add 51 twice? When 51 was only transferred, that was not added. Yes, Raphael, that's correct. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me just address that later. Yeah. So, by the way, yeah, you can do this a different way because you don't have to do 31 units minus 51. Using the model, you can also see that, yes, Jai, good job. You can also see that Ling had 1 unit plus this 51 plus this 34. This is how much he has in the end, right? This amount. So that is, yeah, don't worry, okay, so we get to that. If we do this, which is, if we replace the U with 68, you will get the same answer as here, 153. Yeah, it's 153. Very good. Now, is it L at the end? Yes, L. Yes, L at the end. Yeah, L at the end. Okay. So, yeah, very good. Let me just answer the few questions. Why add 51 twice? Because originally Ling had this much, right? Yes, don't worry, yes, I'll get to that. Originally Ling had this much, right? And City had this much. Then Ling gave this much to City, and then we have a final difference. Oh, thank you. Do you know that? Can you see that by giving 51 to City, Ling not only lost 51, but City gained 51. So the difference between these two decreased by 51 times 2, not just 51. Yeah. As for City, you know, sorry, not as for Kiesa, you know that 1 unit is 68. That is because we found this whole part here, this part. This part is the original difference between Ling and City. So we added up these 3 numbers. The original difference between Ling and City in units, Ling had 3 units at first, right? City had 1 unit. So the original difference in units was 3 units minus 1 unit, 2 units. The difference in numbers is 51 plus 51 plus 34, 136. Then we divided by 2 to find 1 unit. Isha, not quite. The answer is 153. Yeah. Okay, Raphael, I'm sorry that you don't understand. It is a little bit difficult, but if you want, you can stay back afterwards. I can have a few minutes to answer questions and I'll try to explain it to you again. Okay. Yeah, this is finished. This question is finished. The answer is 153. Yeah. Right. So now let's move on to the last question. Question 2, page 6. Oh, not the whole class. We have one more question. Page 6. Alice, Brenda, and Cindy had $350 together. Alice had $50 less than Brenda. So if we were to draw models, we would see that, oh, for this question, oh, yes, sorry, yes, yeah, okay, yes, 125 is the correct answer for this question. Yeah. No, it's not the end of the lesson. This is going to be end lesson soon. 1 unit at 51 at 34 at 3. No, it's actually 2 units because, okay, don't worry, I'll go over it soon. Anyways, so if we were to draw a model, Alice had $50 less than Brenda, right? So let's draw Brenda as having a little bit more. $50. Brenda had $125 more than Cindy. So let's just say like this, $125, right? For Cindy. And we know that in total, they have $350. So this is our first step. We drew a comparison model. Next step, we want to make equivalent units. Why? Because when we make equivalent units, we can form our equation. So let's make equivalent units here. Let's make everything B, okay? Because B is the biggest, so we can just plus everything. To make everything B, first we need to change A to B. What do you need to do? You need to add another 50, right? If we are changing A to B. A doesn't actually have this much. We are just changing it for the purposes of our question. Same thing for C. In order to change C to B, you need to plus $125. Oops, should be bit. We need to plus $125. C doesn't actually have this much, but we are giving her this much just for us to answer the question. Right, 75 on Brenda. Why 75? Oh, okay, don't worry, I'll get to that soon. Yeah, so here, we change everything to be equal to Brenda. So let's just say this whole thing. Oh, let's just say this whole thing is 1 unit, yeah? So this side is now 3 units in total. Now, this side is 3 units. We need to change this side as well, right? Because we added things. The total has changed. So what do? We added 50 on that side. We added 125 on that side. So we need to do the same thing for this side to make everything equal. If you add it all up together, you'll get 475. So now we have our equation. These 3 big units, which is equal to Brenda, has 475. Yes, very good, 475. If 3 units is $475, how much is 1 unit? Sorry, wait, this is the wrong answer. I'm so sorry. No, it's not. This is not 400. If you add this all up together, 350 plus 50 plus 125, this is not 475. Yes, very good. It's 525. Yeah. I'm very sorry. Yes, it's 525. So you need to divide this 525 by 3 to get 1 unit, right? If you divide it by 3, the answer you get is, yeah, sorry everyone who's giving me 125. That is the correct answer if it was 475, but it's not. The correct answer is actually 525 divided by 3. Yes, Tessa, I'm so sorry. Yes, you are correct. If you have any doubts in your mind, there's a good chance you might be correct, even if your teacher says otherwise. So always ask questions. 525 divided by 3. Very good. Yes, so this is 175. 1 unit. Yeah, good job, everyone. So this 1 unit, the whole thing here is 175. Yeah. So we want to find how much Alice has. Alice has $50 less than Brenda, right? And this 1 unit is how much Brenda has. So we want to find how much Alice has. We just do 175. Yes, Jai, very good. Minus 50, which is $125. This is your final answer for question 2. Yeah. Okay, very good. So that's it for the questions. That's it. Please stay behind for a little bit, especially those who are not here last week, because I've got a few more things to say. Yeah. So yeah, this is it for the questions. I'm going to clear now. Don't worry, I can come back to it if you need to. Right. So as a recap, we had 3 strategies and higher order questions, which yes, it is, but don't worry, there's a little bit of extra bonus stuff. Not bonus questions, but I mean extra stuff you can do. Yeah. So which one is the hardest one, in your opinion? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 3 and 2. Okay. Yeah, if you're not used to equal stage, it can be a little bit difficult, but a lot of people are saying 4, and that makes sense because 4 is the most difficult one, right? The higher order. Is there anything we need to highlight? Try to highlight numbers especially. Yeah, and don't worry, I'll go back to it. Yeah, everyone's saying 4. Yeah, 4 is the most difficult. So that's good if 4 is the most difficult because it's supposed to be the most difficult. But it's also important that we try to make it less difficult. So why do we need to worry about that? Like I said, you've got your weighted assessment coming up, and you've got your SA2, your end of year exam coming up. For P4 especially, you have to worry about your subject-based banding. So that means you will be moved into better classes or not so good classes. Yeah, don't worry, Raphael, I'll go back to it. Based on how well you do. Yeah. So these are things you need to worry about, and we can help you. And we can help you with lots of things. First, we have our bootcamp. We have a math bootcamp available for primary 3 to secondary 3 students. This is designed in order to help you jump your grades from one level to another, right? So yeah, that is for the this is for the boot camp. The boot camp will be in during the school holidays. Yeah, school holidays. These workshops will help you to bridge the knowledge gap and strengthen your ability, especially with non-routine questions. SA2 is 2 months away. The September holiday is the most crucial period to get everything ready for your exam. So what are the highlights? We have a comprehensive revision of major topics. Grades as sorry, yeah, we are math center, not English center. But yes, we have a comprehensive revision of major topics, and we cover all the problem sum strategies that are commonly tested in SA2. So you can click this link below for more details. Oops, I'm moving it by accident. Let me paste it in the chat, yeah? Let me paste it in the chat for everyone. This is the link for our bootcamp. Next, we have complimentary trial lessons. These trial lessons are free. There are a lot of people on this lesson. And if you want to come for a free trial lesson for fewer people, you can sign up at our website. This will assess your readiness, find your strengths and weaknesses, and craft a step-by-step action plan so we can figure out what to do next. If you want to access this, you can find it at our main website link. Yeah, we can find it at our main website link, which is here. If you want to find where our free trial is, you'll see that there's a free trial button right here. If you click on it, you can just fill in. Oops, sorry, there's a direct message. I didn't mean to. Yeah, here's the link. Yeah, don't worry. I'll go through that again. So, yeah, you can just sign up here. Fill in your parent, or if you're the parent, you must fill up your name, email, mobile number, your child's level or your level if you're the child, what day you would like to come for the lesson, and what time you would like to come for the lesson. Also, please check one of these boxes. Either you're coming down on site or you're being online. And yeah, and then you press submit. Our admin will get back to you within 1 working day with the answer. Yeah. So yeah, that is for trial lessons. For those of you who have P5, P6 friends, or for parents who have P5, P6 children, we also have a mini course, same as this, but for P5 and P6. If you want to go for that, you can. I can go here to this link and sign up. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for everyone for coming today. If you have any questions, please contact us. We have an email here, mathacceleratorscenter@gmail.com, or our WhatsApp at 8725-7203. If you want to find more information, you can just go to the same main website link. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's it. Sorry for running a little bit over time, but everyone who wants to stay, you can stay back and ask questions. Otherwise, you can go now. Yeah. Bye, everyone.